Hi, my name is Nekohl Johnson, and I am a 2025 ambassador for the She Wrote Coffee Club. I have a brand called Behold with Nekohl, and it's so funny. It started off as my LLC name, which is NCJ, representing my initials. I am representing affirmations and Christ in me, the hope of glory, and the map, representing my last three names and my journey through life, which has been a journey, seeing that I have three last names. And that's a story you can read about in my book called A Queen Was Born Again, available on Amazon and www.nekohl.com. So, a little bit about me. I was born here in Chicago, raised in part in Inglewood, in the Inglewood community, raised in a two-family home. Why is that important? Because part of that is the reason I am who I am today. My dad was a minister, grew me up in church. My mother, at that time of my growing up, was not in church. So I got a good variety of what to do, what not to do, and how things should be done. Which sounds great, right? No, it was a little confusing at times, which is why I ended up on this journey. In part, a journey through trauma, victories, and triumphs. So I'm going to start by just telling you a little bit about who I am. I am, again, Nekohl Johnson. I grew up in Inglewood. I joined the military service at 17 years old, which is very young. I went into the laboratory profession and I kept that profession for 35 years until recently. Last year, I made a shift. So, after the military, I did go to war. I went to the Persian Gulf War, but it was decades before I realized that there were some remnants left from my military experience. I experienced military sexual trauma. In my youth, I've experienced rape, some cases with molestation, and which is not uncommon in the black community with women. I was able to deal with those circumstances, deal with the military sexual trauma, deal with the trauma from growing up as a black woman and being a black woman in leadership, divorce, hence the three last names, and make it to be here today successful and thriving by God's grace. So, the reason for my whole being and what I believe my mission and evangelism is helping others through their journey, primarily women veteran leaders through Behold with Nekohl. But in addition, I started a theater company. Why a theater company? Because in 2017, after my dad passed, I divorced my first husband for the second time, and I had a tool left in me that had been in there for years. I was in hospital management. I had been in management for about 10, 11 years, experiencing the biases and everything that women go through, and my body decided to tell me something is wrong. So, during the time of me coming back and trying to figure myself out, I found out about this project called the Telling Project. It was a theater project where veterans and veterans' families got together, told a portion of their life story. It was scripted and primarily kept the same as what was given, and we acted it out on stage. Well, not only me, but others, we were all broken. This was a 6 week program. We didn't realize that it was sort of like an experiment and something to help us become better. But for me, once Pandora's box was open, there was no turning back. So, what did I do? It worked for me, so I decided that I want to help others. By doing that, my next project was something called Decruit. You can find out more about it at decruit.org. And Alex K. Mallory, you can find out more about her at alexkmallory.com, came and pretty much facilitated my new being. Yes, it was in a theater. I grew up in church. I was born again in a theater in this way. I found out who I was. I found out that people fail you. I found out that although I loved my dad and I was a daddy's girl, he wasn't perfect. And it nearly crushed me. But it was the beginning of the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. So, Where We Meet Inc., a 501c3 organization, was created on that premise. I found this Decruit was based in New York. The Telling Project is all over the country. But I found out that I wanted to help people in my community by utilizing the tools that I learned through Decruit. I didn't want to just keep it to myself. So I and Alex Mallory came together, drafted a plan, and started Where We Meet. She's the programs director, I was the administrative director, and it was us against the world. This was in 2020. It's 2025. I'm better than I have ever been because not only was I the administrative director, I was always a participant. So each program helped me to become better and better. This is when I realized that I needed therapy. This is when I realized that I needed to know God for myself. This is when I realized that I could become one with myself. And it was a journey that would start and never end. Parallel to that is life. My life experiences, the things that I've had to go through, it's made me who I am today. So we have NCJI on the map. We have Where We Meet. Behold with Nekohl derived from NCJI on the map because my daughter decided that, Mom, come on. That name is too long and it's not clicky. Why don't you use Behold with Nekohl? Hence, the brand name for what I do is Behold with Nekohl. Next, something awesome happened, and that is the Jesse Brown VA, Jessica Heiss, started a coalition. Her, myself, and another lady named Rafia Maxey started a coalition called the Southside Coalition for Suicide Prevention. We worked on several programs and decided that we wanted to do a lot of different things, but my participation began with the coffee chat. My participation and commitment began with the Veterans Coffee Chat for veterans and military affiliated personnel at the Blue Door Pullman in Chicago. And it started off small, one person, two people. We got really lucky. Maybe 5 people would show up, but we kept going year after year. Even the participants slowed down. It was 2 of us, it became 1 of us, who is me. Today, not only has a Pullman coffee chat grown, we started another coffee chat at the VFW Post 311 Benjamin O. Davis in Richmond Park, where the commander is Aretha Spurlock. So we branched out. We have meetings there on the 2nd and 4th Friday, meetings at the Blue Door Pullman every Friday, and one more meeting I've collaborated with Tracy Murray, the Chief of Staff for Alderman Bill's office, 9th Ward, for a women-only Veterans Coffee Chat on the south side of Chicago in the Pullman community. I'm so excited about everything that's going on. Now, to add to that, this year, I've recently agreed to become the Veteran of Foreign Wars District Women's Chairperson. That begins on Saturday, this Saturday coming up. And in June, I will become the State Women's Chairperson for the VFW. So I'm excited about what God is doing. I'm excited that He's using me to do it. I just want to continue moving forward, helping people become whole, helping people understand that our life will continue to move forward and life will continue to life while we parallel that with what we are doing to cause ourselves to become whole. The tools, the resources, the community, the spirituality, relationships, whatever it takes to become whole, we're going to keep moving forward and doing it. I'm excited. I'm here for you. I'm definitely here for the Shiro Coffee brand. As I say, I take that coffee with me everywhere. I'm appreciative for this opportunity, and I will continue to move forward. The last thing I want to talk about before I go is this custom wheel. I was with the VA Whole Health Program, and they provided me a wheel with a me inside of it. This was an effective program, but I found that the wheel that they provided me wasn't specific enough to me, and the things that I love and enjoy. So, what did I do? I decided to create a custom wheel of my own with my core values, with my dimensions of wellness. And I made it available to help others do the same. So before I do a vision board, before I do a vision creation class, I start off with that wheel. Wheel meaning finding your center, your compass, whatever drives you, and deciding your values, what's important to you. Break that down into other things that make you well and whole. So I'm excited to be here. Again, Nekohl Johnson, thank you for listening of Be Whole with Nekohl, the Southside Coalition for Suicide Awareness, and founder and president of Where We Meet, author of A Queen Was Born, VFW District Chair, Women's Chairperson, and thank you for listening. Have a great day.